two teams first squared off on October 8th in California. Hawaii would win in 4, but they dropped the first set 25-22, and in the third it actually went extras 27-25. Very competitive volleyball match as Brooke Van Sickle gets the first swing for Hawaii. It's dug up, and former Rainbow Wahine Trinity Castaneda getting a try at it. How about a second swing, and she tips it over and down. So Castaneda making her return to this arena, able to put down the kill and break the ice on the scoreboard. Hawaiian Financial FCU starting lineup scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
Castaneda played back here in 2018. She actually played in 3 matches, a total of 5 sets as a freshman.
Kate Lang goes middle to Sky Williams, and that connection has been flush as of late. Williams averaging 1.9 kills per set, hitting .323 on the season. She is 6th, right behind Amber Igidi in conference kill percentage.
Yeah, her connection has gotten better and better with Kate Lang in the middle.
Van Sickle with the serve, knotted at 1, 2, and UC San Diego 3. Short serve there by Van Sickle. Middle set McInnes. Played off the block, ricochet by Ikenaga. Here's Van Sickle from the back row. It's dug up. Good up there by Sabire Kadojahova. Hawaii in transition. It's Williams again. 3 swings. Make that 4 swings for Williams. 3 kills. No errors just yet here for the Wahine.
What's amazing is they're not only on serve, receive a good pass, they're digging their transition balls. They're digging right to Kate Lang, and she is running a sweet middle offense attack right now.
See the numbers on the season for Sky Williams. She has blossomed once again, and really it coincides with Kate Lang inheriting that starting setter position. A sliding save there, Brooke Van Sickle. Riley Wagner, the over-the-shoulder shot, dug up by Nia Dong. Played over on the second touch by Sky Williams, but just misses the end line. And that is a point for the Tritons.
And you're right, Kanoa, we're going to see a lot of balls coming up. Both teams incredibly defensive. Dong doing a nice job on the other side, the Iolani graduate, showing her skills.
Yeah, Nia Dong out of Kailua. Graduate of Iolani, started her volleyball career at the college level at Utah. Didn't play, though, over the span of 2 years, including a redshirt year. Outside, it's Wagner. And that was a hammer, and happy birthday, Riley Wagner. The team earlier during serve and pass presenting her with a cake. We are told it was delicious, but that a way to blow out the candle right there on that swing by Riley Wagner.
And guaranteed she's in for a good night. It almost looked like there were no blockers up on her.
Out of system here, the Tritons. Kadojahova blocked and roof. Igidi next to Westerberg, and there's a look at the birthday celebration earlier today for Riley Wagner. Gotta love that.
Oh yeah.
Happy birthday, dear Riley.
That is pretty cool.
That's fun.
I was hoping they'd maybe have some leftover cake for the announcer team, but we'll wish for another day.
Kanoa has a little bit of a sweet tooth over here.
Trinity Castaneda putting that one down. So 3 serving 6 here in the early goings of this opening frame. Tritons coming in 9-17 overall, 6-9 in the Big West Conference. Hawaii 17-6, 14-1, and firmly in top position in the standings. Westerberg, that one off the net, and then a little joust above the tape, and she wins it. Going against Sabire Kadojahova, it was Westerberg who is making her 3rd start of the season, and she's been making the most of this opportunity, Lisa.
She really has, and I think one of her strengths is exactly what we call setting the block. You know, offensively, her numbers aren't great and huge, but what she does really well, she sets up that post block for the middles to get out and close on.
Yeah, former middle blocker, and so yeah, she does have that in her bag, that's for sure. Castaneda tried to plug it through the block. It'll be Wagner swinging back the other way, dug up there by Natalie Rapetti. And the quick middle set, Grace Cannon pinballs around on the Hawaii side and gets returned. Castaneda, the tip shot. Wagner got a piece, then a little ping pong on Hawaii's side again, and now with the advantage for the Tritons. Kadojahova off the block. Hawaii block getting a lot of touches. Here's Van Sickle from the back row, block. She keeps it alive. Wagner, the quick reset, it's blocked. Igidi keeps it going. Wagner again. That's dug up by Dong, but into the antenna, and Hawaii wins a marathon.
I'll tell you what, Janelle Gong played some spectacular defense. defense right then. Van Sickle covering herself, showing her athleticism. She's a back row player, mind you, on that last play.
And so an 8-3 advantage here in the first frame. Janelle Gong with the serve. High ball set outside. Kata Jehovah off the block. Easy pickings there for Ike Naga. Wagner put a little extra chili pepper water on that one.
And what happened right then, not only was Wagner annihilating that ball, but Amber Igidi holding the blocker.
Timeout, Tritons. So, what you leading? 2 wins to none.
That's right, they joined the Big West. They were Division II, and then they just stepped it up in 2020, but since that was canceled, they didn't have a season. This is truly their first year playing Division I volleyball.
And first time for Coach Luty's playing in this arena with this squad. But what you able to increase the lead here, 10-3 coming out of that timeout. Ricky Luty's the 12th year head coach, 11th season playing, though obviously with the canceled season last year. But when you talk about great volleyball players, he is in the conversation, the GOAT conversation. This guy's done literally everything when it comes to the game of volleyball, as Castaneda bounces that one for a point.
And when you talk about Ricky Luty's, back to him, he won his first beach volleyball tournament with the other GOAT, Karch Karai.
That's right.
So, you know, birds of a feather flock together maybe, but yeah, he's been in the game a long time at an incredibly high level. 2-time
NCAA MVP, Player of the Year at UCLA, won a national championship all 4 years in college. 2 of those seasons they went undefeated. And then he won a gold in the Olympics and became a beach volleyball Hall of Famer. And this dude is something else. And that's a good looking hit there by Kata Jehovah, just taking a little something off and placing it in the perfect spot.
And in talking with Ricky earlier, he's shared with us that he's a little frustrated only because his team has had so many injuries coming into this second part of the conference. He's had to move players around here and there.
Igidi dug up on the slide. Looping swing there, 2-hand save Van Sickle. Igidi in the middle. Great up. Tritons from the back row, that's Rapetti. She gets dug. Igidi. Some heavy thunder that time in the middle for Amber Igidi, coming off of a career performance the other night against UC Irvine. Career high 17 kills, 0 errors, hit 630, and also had a handful of blocks. Not bad for the reigning Big West Conference Defensive Player of the Year, right?
She's putting up some numbers for potential Offensive Player of the Week.
Bump set, it's Van Sickle. And missed the court wide. No touch up front, so a point for the Tritons.
Van Sickle going for hands, going over the smaller blocker in Dobra, the setter at 5'7". Even though Brooke Van Sickle at 5'8", she was trying to go down that line.
So serving is Sabire Kata Jehovah, 5'10" freshman from Turkey. And a team high 17 kills on 57 attempts. First go around between these two teams in California. Outside set, here is Zaria Henderson. High flyer, big swinger, but she gets dug up, and Brooke Van Sickle sees it get dug back over the net. Sets the feet again, caught that one a little fat. Was there a touch? No touch. And that's a point for UCSD. And right now, Brooke Van Sickle yet to find her first kill and hitting -125 in the process.
Give credit to San Diego. They are really scrambling on the other side of the net, digging a lot of balls.
Here's Wagner from the back row. Now Henderson through the block. Great effort by Gong. Diving attempt there on touch number 2 by Kay Lang, but another point for UCSD and a little bit of a run here for the Tritons. They've scored 5 to Hawaii's 1.
And the crowd getting into it right now, realizing a little run and momentum on the side of the Tritons.
Oh, it is good to have the crowd back, isn't it?
It sure is.
Even during just the starting lineup introductions, it just hits different when the fans are in the seats. Amber Igidi also hits different from wherever she is on the floor, particularly in that middle spot.
Off the noggin of Grace Cannon, who is normally an opposite and who has been put in the middle blocker position in tonight's match, the 6-foot sophomore.
Igidi with the serve. Two-hand reception there of Kata Jehovah. And then Zaria Henderson, a 5'10" freshman from Fullerton, California, out of Modern Day High School in Santa Ana, averaging 2.4 kills per set, hitting 176 on the year coming into this match. But she's just a freshman, and she sort of pops off of the screen when you watch her play.
She really does. Some serious athleticism.
Sky Williams, she's grooving right now. 4th kill already for Sky.
Sky looking pretty smooth there, skying above the net and really moving her balls around. She's hit left, she's hit right, she's tipped. Connecting well with Kate Lang.
Kate Lang, 2nd in the Big West Conference in assists per set with the serve, and that's set to the middle. A little low, but Ava McInnes still able to make something with it.
And again, McInnes, an outside hitter by trade, normally hitting outside, but due to injury to the other middle blocker, she's been put in the middle as well. So 2 completely new middle blockers for San Diego.
Here's the senior setter, Isabella Dobra, with the serve for the Tritons. And Sky Williams just catching it flush once more.
And when you're hot, you're hot. Keep feeding them. Sky Williams, 5 kills in 5 attempts. And we talked about feeding those middles early because that's what Coach Robin Amo keeps talking to us about.
They're obliging to this point here in this first frame. Here's the middle set to Trinity Castaneda. So an interesting play there run by the Tritons, and it pays dividends as Castaneda gets her 4th kill. So she's off to a good start here in her return back in front of the Hawaii fans.
And she's the only player on the team that has played here in the Stan Sheriff at the Simplify Arena. So I'm sure she's loving this, being back playing here.
Backside, it's Westerberg. Castaneda, this time from the opposite position, and Trinity Castaneda with 5 kills on 10 swings, no errors, Lisa.
Yeah, she's doing a nice job carrying the offensive load right now for her team. And again, Dong getting in there and taking that 2nd ball, a bump set.
So 12 serving 14. Credit the Tritons for working their way back into this one. Largest lead for Hawaii in this first frame was 7. They're up 3 at the moment. Robin Amo always coaching, always intense. Heck, we had a shot of her during the pregame. They were warming up, and she was already responding and looked like she was expecting a little bit more out of her players. And I'm thinking, gosh, they haven't even started the match yet.
I know, they've been coming in early and warming up. I mean, they're out here every time I walk into this arena doing serve and pass, and they are very focused. It's a training mentality.
Yeah, that's what she refers to, right? Gym mentality and gym culture. It never gets turned off. It doesn't matter if it's a practice setting, a game setting, serve and pass. She always wants it to be at the full level on the knob. Block getting several touches there on that sequence. Now backside, it's Westerberg. Good swing there from Tiffany, the sophomore from Maple Ridge, British Columbia, Canada, working it off the block and down and make that a 3-point rainbow run, prompting a Ricky Ludy's timeout. Space as well after the loss by UC Santa Barbara to Long Beach State. So Hawaii effectively up by a couple of games.
And trust me when I say she would tell you she doesn't have any space. She's going to know that her team's got to perform, especially coming up, like Chris McLaughlin alluded to, Cal Poly at Cal Poly.
Yeah, tough place to play. And then, of course, they'll finish off the regular season against UC Santa Barbara. So the last thing they want to do is crack open the door at all for the Gauchos leading into that final weekend. After the ace by Ikenaga. A nice looping point there for Hawaii as Riley Wagner pulls the string.
That's her 4th kill in 10 attempts. She's hitting at 400 right now.
That's 5 straight points for Hawaii, 19 serving 12. Middle set, McInnes off the block and down. McInnes had 15 kills at 306 against Hawaii in the 4-set loss to the Rainbow Wahine on October 8th. A 2020 graduate of Tustin High School, was the CIF Division V Player of the Year. Born on Christmas Eve.
What a great birthday.
Oh, Igidi laying the smackdown.
And again, looking so crisp, but Brooke Van Sickle laying that out with a perfect pass for Kate Lang to have her opportunity and set Igidi.
One of the hardest hitters in all of college volleyball, it's safe to say. And maybe one of the greatest celebrators after those hard hits. And there she is, flashing the D that got her the weekly conference honor. Solo stuff there for Igidi.
You're right on cue, Kanoa. I think she heard you talking about her, to her, but look at that block. I mean, she's completely penetrated over the net.
She is fun to watch. Gets a touch there, and then her own cover. Lang tried to go over on two, but didn't catch him off guard at all. And that one put right down the seam by Trinity Castaneda, who continues to carry the hot hand.
And Castaneda playing on that right side. A little bit of a goofy foot approach to that ball and just hammers that ball inside of Igidi's right hand.
Oh, tough serve. Gong had to do everything just to keep it off the floor. Outside, the swing, Kata Jehovah blocked. Can they return it? Yes, they can. Advantage Hawaii here, middle, Igidi bounces it off with a Terraflex. And Hawaii up 22, serving 14.
And do you think at this point that Hawaii has figured out that San Diego's middle blockers are not truly middle blockers? Can you imagine the frustration?
Remember the hammer. And Robin Amo says she has become such a good player and now expects so much of herself that sometimes she expects too much, and it's almost as if her desire to play perfect volleyball gets in the way of her playing just good or great volleyball. So that's kind of the mental game, the psychology, as Chris McLaughlin was talking about in the pregame, that applies to Amber Igidi.
That's exactly it, and she uses the word she has to have patience.
Slide, the block was up, and it was stout as Grace Cannon gets it returned to sender. Amber next to Brooke Van Sickle.
And San Diego stuck in this rotation with the front row setter right now. Their setter is in the front court. They seem to be struggling a little bit right now.
Aloha ball here in set one. Wagner the serve. Slide again, it's Cannon off the block. Kept alive by Lang. Back bump set, Igidi to Van Sickle. How about the up by Nia Dong, but the second touch wasn't there. A miss hit, and perhaps an anticlimactic finish to set one, but a finish nonetheless that goes in favor of the Rainbow Wahine. They take it running away, 25-14. Welcome back. Time now for the Hawaii Honda Dealers highlight reel, and we got a few highlights to go through from both sides of the net. Trinity Castaneda, the former Rainbow Wahine, transferred to UC San Diego in 2019. Off to a great start in that first set. 6 kills, still error-free, hitting .462, Lisa.
Yeah, she's really carrying offensive load for her team.
And on the other side, the middles, as you said, was going to be the emphasis. They were in set one. 5 kills for Sky Williams. And then Amber Igidi pitched in 4 put-downs. Neither of them have an error. They combined for 13 attempts in the first set. So everything going according to strategy in that first frame.
It really has. Between Sky and Amber, they've got 9.
UCSB, that's going to be a big one.
That's right. And, you know, this team seems to be really gelling well. They seem to be continuing to get better, and systems seem to be established.
So set 2 underway. And the first point goes to UC San Diego off of the slide piece to the middle. Grace Cannon putting that one down. Here's another transfer from Utah.
Maybe she transferred along with Dong. You know, they were both at Utah before, prior to San Diego.
And serving 0. And Sky Williams. Well, everything she's touching right now is turned into points. 6 kills on 7 swings for Sky Williams.
You know, pacing that is Kate Lang. That is not an easy set. It wasn't a perfect pass, but it was about 8 feet off of the net, and she still finds the right hand of Skylar Williams.
You said you feel like this Rainbow Wahine team is gelling. Would you go as far as to say you feel like maybe they're playing some of their best volleyball of the season right now?
Oh, I think they're definitely playing some of their best volleyball. I think the only question mark, honestly, on this team is still this right side. I think that, you know, show up and play, you get to stay. If you don't, there's somebody on the wing waiting. Robin Amo calls it left bench.
Henderson with the point there for the Tritons. Sky Williams, one-hand save, layout style by Dong, and then the tip shot goes down for Henderson. But what a dig by Nia Dong in her homecoming back to the islands. You see some of her family in the stands.
And how excited are they? But check out that one-arm dig. Great up by Nia Dong.
Averaging 4.3 digs per set. Just a gaudy average in that department. Block was up there in the middle on McInnes. Henderson will get a swing out of it though, cross court. Good dig there, Taylor Ikenaga. Here's Wagner from the outside. She gets rejected. And that was the senior setter, Dobra, that got the gist of that one, jumping up next to McInnes.
And Dobra, again, listed at 5'7". She may look small, but she was going to not let that ball get past her down the line again.
Well, the crowd sensing UCSD enjoying its largest lead of the match right now, trying to up the volume, and Sky Williams obliges. 7th kill already for Sky.
Yeah, and Hawaii just continues to feed the middle, and I'll say it again. San Diego's middles are not true middle blockers. They're doing a nice job trying to slow down, but Hawaii really having their way in the middle offensively right now.
Ikenaga tickles the tape on the serve, and then a joust above the net. And then Igidi gets the set in the middle. So a great job really on both sides just to keep the ball up. Remember, Igidi didn't win the joust as maybe you would have expected her to, but the quick reset, and Kate Lang not shy to go right back to her.
Yeah, you gotta love that. And then just the play at the net, very aggressive.
So 3 serving 4. Outside, it is McInnes. Tried to go wrist away, missed the court wide. And just like that, Hawaii marches back into an even-Steven setting.
So in this rotation, you see San Diego trying to get McInnes the ball to the outside instead of running her in the middle.
Short serve again, attacking Henderson. And the middle set goes to McInnes, who finds the floor.
Taylor Ikenaga doing a nice job from the service line. She's really stepped it up from behind the line as well.
Has an ace already to her credit. And hopefully not injecting the announcer jinx here, but no errors yet from the service line for Hawaii. Igidi in the middle. Oh, she just hovered. Didn't quite have the angle on it. Just soft touches it over.
And that was a daring set, really. I mean, she really almost, that was a little forced into the middle there, because look where Kate Lang is. She's behind the 3-meter, the 10-foot line, setting that ball.
Yeah, she has been playing some really good volleyball. The set distribution, the numbers, and you see the growth really in Kate Lang from week to week. That block was devastating right there, smothering Amber Igidi next to Riley Wagner, saying, ah, ole.
You can imagine the frustration from the Tritons right now. Hawaii, really, all things going their way.
4th total team block for Hawaii already in this match. Middle set, that's McInnes. Ikenaga had it up just for a moment, but it drops to the floor. And we're tied at 6. Good spirited effort here so far from the Tritons. You can see the competitiveness in this squad. They're playing shorthanded, missing some key players, including perhaps their best player, Cindy Tran, who has dealt with knee injuries throughout her career, and yet another one that struck this season. She is one of the captains on the team, and head coach Ricky Ludi says, yes, she was probably going to be the best player we have on the floor. Amber Igidi, right now impenetrable, jumping up next to Kate Lang that time.
You know, her presence at the net is really intimidating, but check this out, great camera work there. You can just see that she gets out there, she closes the block, she's low, she's tight, her timing is excellent.
She has 5 blocks in this match already. Here's Castaneda, blocked again by Igidi, and roofed. Van Sickle was up next to her, and Igidi right now going pin to pin and just putting up the wall.
Tell you, she's prowling the net. She's not letting anything get by her.
Just becoming more and more of a dominant force for this Hawaii program.
Now you see my analogy.
Oh yes, absolutely. There she is, touching it back over, even though she didn't get the block. And then Kate Lang getting the piece. Right back to Igidi, but she missed it wide. That set wasn't quite nectar.
She's human.
She is human.
Oh my goodness.
First error for Amber Igidi. Yeah, you've said it a few times on the broadcasts that you see quite a bit of the greatness potential in Amber Igidi, going so far as to say that you see some shades of Deetra Collins, and that might be as high a compliment as you can pay any middle position player for a Hawaii volleyball team.
I'm telling you, I still see it, and she continues to show me that with what she's doing right now at the net, and her kill percentage, her blocking, her defense. Although Deetra Collins didn't play a ton of back row, and in our day we didn't have liberos.
Look at that. Again, it's not textbook in terms of the fundamentals and the mechanics, right? But she just gets it done and then provides such a power behind her game. It's amazing.
And it's contagious. It's, you know, she's contagious. When she celebrates, the whole team comes together and they all celebrate.
Hawaii up by 2. Here's Castaneda. And that goes off the Williams and Van Sickle block and out. Castaneda now with 7 kills.
And Dover with a beautiful back set on that last play. She's a senior, so she's definitely a leader on the team. She's very steady. She just runs that offense nicely.
Yeah, Dobra and Castaneda, 2 seniors. In fact, the only 2 returning starters from the last full season, which was back in 2019 when UCSD was still Division II and playing in the California Collegiate Athletic Association.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to watch them actually play a couple of matches, and I was amazed they were coming over to the Division I program, and I think they're doing a great job in the Big West.
That's set a little off the mark, and unable to do anything with it was Kata Jehovah. And so Hawaii up 3. Yeah, Tritons with a glistening new arena, feeling like they're positioned to maybe become a force in the Big West at some point. Right now, the
Really has.
Hawaii by 3 out of the timeout. Swing by Kata Jehovah. Good play off of the ricochet to keep it alive at the net. Wagner from the back row, dug up by Susanna Lin. Kata Jehovah again, sliding dig by Wagner. That was beautiful. Kata Jehovah a 3rd time tools the block. And 3rd time was a charm.
Kovacevic doing a nice job. Only a freshman out of Turkey. Hitting high and into the... Riley Wagner with the one-hand roll dig.
Yeah, she can play at a pretty special level in the defensive department.
And it's amazing because Coach Robin Amo really wanted her to be a libero or defensive specialist, and she's like, no, I want to play offense as well.
There's Henderson, dug up along the back line there by Wagner. Westerberg off the high ball set. Henderson again touches it deep. Good guardianship of that end line by Wagner. And then Henderson, little pitter-patter above the tape. Bump set goes to Westerberg. Rolls it over. Kata Jehovah with the dig. She gets the set from the back row. Right there is Kate Lang. High ball bump set. Westerberg again. Soft touches it down. How about that?
That's some pretty sweet defense from both sides of the court. Westerberg doing a great job off of a bump set by BBS. Seeing it, everybody back on defense, taking something off. 4th kill on the evening.
Yeah, Hawaii with 22 total kills as the Brooke Van Sickle serve goes into the net. Of those 22 kills, 15 have been provided by the 2 middles.
Yeah, and that's, again, it's almost like a deja vu of Friday evening when they really went all out in the middle.
Along with the serve. Hawaii out of sync here, so a free chance for the Tritons. Outside, Henderson. Blocked and roofed. Tiffany Westerberg getting the gist of that one. Well, I'll tell you, Henderson looked like she vaulted off of a trampoline and then got that absolutely stuffed by Westerberg.
And Henderson plays well above the net, but Westerberg, that is truly her strength. We talked about it earlier. She was a middle blocker. She reads the court well.
Right on cue. She follows it up. A little hana-ho there for Westerberg, this time jumping up next to Igidi. Tiffany Westerberg continuing to make the most of the opportunity to be out there as a starter for the third time this season.
And actually just getting in on the court. You know, she was a middle blocker, and I think that her moving to the right side is a huge benefit to the team.
McInnes gets it down, averaging 3 kills per set coming into this match.
Here we see her taking that middle approach and just sneaking it through the block.
Hawaii hitting 294 in set 2 compared to 0.38 for the Tritons, and yet Hawaii only up 3 and make it 4. Igidi with kill number 8. So she is tied with Sky Williams for the match lead.
And one of the things that San Diego should potentially do is try to serve a little tougher. If they cannot get Hawaii out of system, Hawaii will continue to feed their middles and have their offensive threats.
Castaneda. Good job by Igidi to keep it alive. Soft touches it over. Great effort by the Tritons to keep it alive. Outside, it's Wagner. Roll shot. Castaneda on her knees with the up. Jehovah then gets it down from the back row. Hawaii arguing that there were 4 touches on the UCSD side of the net earlier in the sequence, and they may be considering a challenge. Robin Amo chatting with the R2, Michelle Hayes, getting some clarification there.
And one of the things that you can learn from a play like that is never give up on a ball. I mean, it could have been 4 touches, but they played it no matter what. You play till you hear that whistle.
On stall, the R1 atop the ladder. Dean Tamura, John Ahia, the line judges, and whatever was said to Robin seems to have satisfied her. Yeah, looked like 3 touches within the guidelines there. And we'll have a net violation, or a double hit actually is what was called. Saw the net wobbling there at the end of that sequence, but it will be a double hit violation called against Jehovah.
That first contact a little too tight for her. .16 serving 12. Backside is Castaneda off the fingertips of the block, goes through Gong's hands. Good chase down by Wagner. Free chance here though, advantage Tritons. Castaneda over the block and down. Castaneda having a nice, this would be considered her senior night here in Hawaii. One of the leaders on her team.
Yeah, when she transferred from Hawaii to UCSD in 2019, she quickly became the conference newcomer of the year for the Tritons, first ever for this program, as a matter of fact. 2018 graduate of Shadow Hills High School in Indio, California. Igidi blocked back, good cover by Ikanaga. Van Sickle gets it down, and that, would you believe, is Brooks' first kill of the match.
Yeah, and she really hammered that ball inside the blocker's hands. She definitely gets up there.
Yeah, from a standing position, just straight vertical jump. Still able to get high above the top of the tape. How about the dig there, Igidi? Middle set, and the connection is pure. Sky Williams, the 2 middles at the opposite ends of that sequence.
And that is a rare day. Amber Igidi, you should have seen the smile on her face after that play.
Forces the pass tight to the net, and the one-hand set not there for Dobra. So give the point to Hawaii, 19 serving 13, and another Tritons timeout. Some time in the NFL. And I gotta say, selfishly, as Castaneda gets blocked by Brooke Van Sickle, I gotta say, when it comes to Nu'upaʻola, when I was a kid, that's when he was doing his thing. And he is my favorite all-time University of Hawaii football player. So having him in the house is still thrilling for me even at this age. So it's great to see Nu'u.
Makes me feel my age. He was my classmate here at UH. We had numerous classes together.
I didn't mean it like that, but
No, I thoroughly enjoyed going to all the UH football games. He was a big reason why.
oh, how about the scramble by Hawaii, but unable to forge a return. Speaking of the Rainbow Warrior football team, you saw they still have a couple of games left. They will not be able to be automatically bowl eligible. However, mathematically, they will not finish with a better than 500 record, but they have 2 games remaining. Colorado State is next up. We'll have that on Spectrum Sports pay-per-view here this coming Saturday, and then they'll finish on the road at Wyoming 2 Saturdays from now.
In the cold.
Sky Williams dug up. And nice job there by Dobra to go over on 2. Caught Hawaii off guard just a tad.
And sometimes it's those little broken plays that confuse, and that's where the communication becomes so big, calling balls.
Here's Brooke Van Sickle. Unloads, but Dong with the up. Back row, it's Wagner. Another great save, this time by Repetti. Swing by Kata Jehovah. Played over the net by Hawaii. Advantage here, Tritons. Step out, goes down. Well executed by UCSD. As Grace Cannon. That's a fitting name for the shot she unleashed on that swing.
There's some incredible defense going on the other side of the net. Repetti coming up with a big dig.
A good serve as Hawaii way out of system here. Gong has to just high ball bump set it over. Slide again to Cannon. Block got a piece. So Hawaii in transition. It's Williams. Sky Williams now into double figures in kills. 10 kills, still no errors. She's hitting up over 700.
That's what they call the perfect 10, Kanoa. She's having herself a stellar time in the front court tonight.
21 serving 16, make it 17 after the out serve. Crowd making some noise. Hawaii still up 4. Lang goes middle to Williams. Way up there by Nayadong. Kata Jehovah 2 hands it over. So Hawaii, big advantage here. Williams blocked back and roof. That time they were ready. Grace Cannon timed it perfectly.
Grace Cannon dropping in on that, a one-on-one solo block. She will get credit for that.
Cannon, whose brother Davis, member of the Long Beach State National Championship team in 2018. As Kata Jehovah serves it into the twine.
Yeah, that was a pretty amazing team, that Long Beach State men's volleyball. They were pretty dominating.
You hear a pin drop as the crowd quieted for that Van Sickle swing. Taking a swing, Zaria Henderson able to get it down. Strong attacker from both pins, according to Coach Ludi's. And obviously you can see it with your own eyes. She plays well above the net.
Yeah, she really does. That was her 5th kill in 13 attempts so far this evening.
6-2 run being enjoyed by the Tritons, trailing by 3, trying to work their way back in, and that will help out Wagner into the net. And there is just a 2-point differential on the scoreboard here, Lisa.
Yeah, they're just slowly creeping it in, and behind Dong's jump float serve, she's putting pressure on Hawaii. She's a lefty. It's a very difficult serve to pass.
Oh, but she lets him off the hook with the out serve.
Thanks to me.
Oh, you get the assist on that one, huh?
I do. That's her first service error.
Yeah, that one came at an unfortunate time there for UCSD.
Definitely unfortunate for them.
Outside, here's Henderson swooping in, block and roof. Igidi next to Westerberg.
And that's when the freshman Henderson has to see that that block is huge and solid. She's got to hit higher or off hands or possibly tip, but they haven't really been able to go around Amber Igidi when the sets are low and tight.
8 kills, 8 blocks, 6 digs for Amber Igidi so far in the match. Aloha ball in set 2. Igidi blocked it back again, then gets the first touch. There she is with the soft touch bump over. And Henderson, she just vaults on her approach.
She does. And you know what? She's pretty aggressive to the ball as well. She's been blocked a couple of times, but she took the opportunity to go over the block that time.
Still Aloha ball here in set 2. Lang, middle, Igidi bounces it off the Terraflex. Puts the finishing touches on a set 2 victory for Hawaii. So they take set 1 25-14. They take the second 25-21. And the Rainbow Wahine will have an opportunity against the Tritons to crack open the broom closet. 9 kills, 8 blocks, 6 digs. As the first point in set 3 will go to UC San Diego. Violation against the setter, Kate Lang, on what was deemed to be an overpass.
And immediately Coach Robin Amo says to her, let it go, move, next play, move to the next play. Doesn't want her to get jumbled about that first point.
Here's Westerberg with the swing down the line, wanted a touch, got it. It was an out call by the line judge. Oh, maybe it was overruled, actually. It looked like the line judge called it out. Ron Stahl said, no, it was in. I was thinking maybe it got a piece of one of the Tritons players, but instead he just overruled the call and said that it was an in ball.
Yeah, and Tip Westberg immediately said that was in. But look, we're going to get a challenge.
Yeah, Ricky Luty's going to want to make sure.
Especially when there's 2 different calls being made. Why not take a second look at it? Even though it's so early in the game, but it is set number 3.
Looks like a conclusion has been made. And it'll be upheld. Well, alrighty.
And I just saw the words come out of Trinity Castaneda's mouth. I did touch it.
Oh, really?
She said that right after they ruled it to Hawaii, so.
Well, athletic justice being served here.
That's right.
Very early on in set 3. Here's BVS, 1 serving 1. And shanked a little bit by McInnes. And a free chance here for the Rainbow Wahine. Lang, right side, Westerberg, tip shot. Easy pickings there for Dong. And then Henderson, the tip shot, goes down. Missed opportunity there. We have Robin Amo basically standing directly in front of us during that sequence, and when Westerberg went up and didn't take a full crack at it, you could see Robin Amo respond.
It was a great set selection. She had a one-on-one opportunity to take a crack at it, Kanoa, and she didn't.
Yeah, you can see Robin Amo respond with a little frustration there. Here's Sky Williams, good dig by Dong. Henderson. And that's going to be a Hawaii point.
Henderson swinging hard at that ball, but dropping her arm a little bit. I'm not even sure if that ball actually cleared the top of the net.
They called a 4-hit violation on UCSD for that point, so you're right. A little herky-jerky start to this 3rd set, but we are tied at 2 apiece.
It really is. It seems like we're way more into this set than we are at 2-all.
Serve towards Henderson, handles it well. Oh, but then she gets blocked. Westerberg, the long arms of that 6'3" frame, able to just stay up long enough to place it down.
Yeah, and Westerberg again, a transition middle blocker to that right front. She posts a nice, strong block up there on the right side. Her opponent is the power hitter.
Oh, we're going to have a out of rotation violation against UCSD. You could hear Kaleo Baxter yelling about it just as Ikenaga was serving. And sure enough, the whistle came. And how about that for timing? Because the serve ended up in the net.
That's great timing. And Kaleo Baxter, the volley nerd, he's watching all of those things. He's got a little paper and pencil over there. He's watching every player, where they're at, where they should be at.
Nice dump shot there by Dobra. Yeah, Robin Amo, very clear when she refers to the volleyball geek on the staff. She is talking about Kaleo Baxter.
He loves it, and he lives it, and he breathes it. And oftentimes the assistant coaches, right there, you get a good look at the assistant coaching staff, Nick Costello and Kaleo Baxter. You don't see or hear a lot from them, but they do so much for the team.
Yeah. Here's Igidi. Set drifted a little behind her, so didn't get the full swing on it, and then that one into the net. So that one will be an out ball basically on McInnes and a point for Hawaii.
You start wondering if Hawaii's block has gotten into the head a little bit of the attackers on the opponent's team right now. San Diego maybe not wanting to swing as hard.
Well, it looked like it did hit off of Westerberg's forearms, but the call by Ron Stahl was that it was an out ball. And look at that, Riley Wagner with the dig, and it tightrope walked the tape, but fell, alas, just beyond the far boundary.
As everybody waits in anticipation as it slowly rolls. Lands out.
Well, this set 3 has been amusing for a number of reasons, as Igidi gets that one popped up by Lim. McInnes off the block, played up by Wagner. She gets the set on the outside. Set was off the net, though. And from the back row, it is Kata Jehovah who gets dug up. Here's Wagner. Smacks it off the hands. Outside McInnes, over the block, cross court and in.
And notice how San Diego has moved McInnes back to that outside position. They've put in Danny Mason as the middle blocker, and they're feeling they might get more offense from her on the outside, McInnes, that is.
Good observation there. Tied at 5. Igidi. And that was a smackdown.
What block? Pretty quick, moving in front and behind, high and low, spreading her out all across that front court. She is carrying that load with Kate Lang in the front court, meaning Kate Lang is the setter. So she's got 2 hitters in Brooke Van Sickle and Amber Igidi with her right now.
So back-to-back double-figure kill matches for Amber Igidi. And an ace dealt out of the deck by Riley Wagner to follow it up.
And Riley Wagner is very direct from her serve. She stands, she does a standing float, she's still, she follows through that ball, and it floats and it bottoms out.
Yeah, it has sort of that knuckleball action on it. High ball set, here's McInnes. Eclipsed by that block. Amber Igidi was just all over it.
I'm gonna have to say deja vu. Like, let's go back 40 years. Is it that long? But anyways, that's a Dietrich Collins block if I've ever seen one.
And that's a double-double for Amber Igidi. 10 kills, 10 blocks. She also has 6 digs, by the way. Just keep that in mind. Here's Wagner from the back row. Off the block and down. And Riley Wagner, who had her career performance against UC San Diego the first time around, 20 kills, had 15 digs, was the Big West Conference Offensive Player of the Week following not just that performance, but a 16-kill effort against UC Irvine. McInnes off the fingertips, diving save. Wagner bumps at Van Sickle. Just sort of backhanded over. Chance for the Tritons, but nobody was out on the far pin. So Hawaii now in transition. BVS up the ladder and down the chute. 5 straight Rainbow Wahine points. Prompts a UCSD timeout. Van Sickle hasn't been prolific, but when she gets it, she flushes it. And then, if all things go according to plan, Hawaii will be in action for the first round of the NCAA tournament. But in this conference, they will have to win it. By all assumptions, this will likely be a one-team conference as far as the selection into the dance. And so Hawaii has their fate in their own hands. They control their own destiny here. That's by virtue of those UCSB unexpected losses.
Very unexpected, but you know, stranger things have happened, but you gotta win it to be in it. The Big West Conference has proven to be very volatile.
Brooke Van Sickle starting to find some traction there. She has 3 kills. Hasn't been one of her vintage offensive performances.
That's her Louis Vuitton hit. You know, that purse hit, you know, it just kind of goes. You swing at it with the purse. It doesn't quite go down, but.
Says a little something about your taste if you're familiar with the Louis Vuitton purses and bags.
Not that familiar, trust me.
Castaneda, good looking swing there. It's 7 serving 11. Getting back to Amber Igidi, by the way. Double-double performance, 10 kills, 10 blocks. That is her first double-double, and the blocks a career high. So she goes career high with 17 kills the other night, career high 10 blocks here tonight. She's just been amazing. Here's Wagner from the back row. And nobody home there on the bump set. So chance for Hawaii outside. Van Sickle hammers it down.
And you know what makes that play possible? I'll tell you what makes that play possible. The middles have been carrying such a huge load. They have opened up Brooke Van Sickle on the outside, and she's loving it. She doesn't have 2 blockers on her out there, and she skies and annihilates that ball.
See Lang with the serve. They're going after the freshman Henderson in serve receive. They dig her up there. Then Williams, quick transition back to the middle. She is getting so good at that quick reset, and Lang has been finding her.
And they've been working very hard on that, establishing that. Like I said, they're in here early in practice. Practices now are completely closed off. They know the importance of just staying focused. The roles are identified, and everybody's just dialed in.
Middle set, and there's Williams putting up the wall.
Well, I think the Manoa Roofing Company has definitely showed up tonight. 13 blocks.
The skyscraper in the middle of the net. 14 serving 7. Henderson that time was able to plug it through the block, but it had the thud that sounded very familiar with Hawaii's 13 total team blocks so far in this match.
Yeah, she's got a quick arm swing, and only a freshman. She's got a ton of potential. And so does this program. When you think that this is they're playing Division I, they've had to jump it up quite a notch.
Serving 8. And Sickle with the serve, and it's an ace. Well, we have seen her do some tremendous things from behind the service line when she gets grooving back there. And I think Ricky Ludes is aware of it. He signals for a timeout. Up an ace before that last timeout.
We call her dial up an ace, Brooke.
Right side, here's Castaneda. Lang with the save, diving second touch there by Ikenaga. We play on here. Castaneda down the line and in. That was heavy-handed.
Yeah, she's really getting her feet to the ball and swinging hard, moving the ball around really well. Taking a look at that set. Nice set. Riley Wagner giving her line. She took the line.
Here's Westerberg. Tried to go cross court, the save by Lim. And then Henderson dug up by Van Sickle. Here's Wagner. Roll shot, finds the middle of the floor. That was timed and placed perfectly.
What was so great about that hit by Riley Wagner right then? She took an aggressive approach to that ball. So she came in hard, and she looks like she's going to swing really hard, holding the defenders, and then she just drops that ball in front of them.
And delivered the changeup, and it is 17 serving 9. And good response and reaction at the net there. Riley Wagner.
And that play made possible by Taylor Ikenaga. An aggressive serve, forcing an overpass.
Kind of like the ratio, 4 service aces for Hawaii compared to just 2 service errors. Kate Lang with the dig. Bump set, here's Westerberg. She's been hitting a good out-of-system ball here in this game. And then the overpass. She was ready, waiting, and willing to deliver the blow.
Would you call that an out-of-system play?
Man.
Definitely.
I think she's pretty happy with herself, too.
Yeah, of course.
But
Like,
that's the kind of aggressiveness that Robin Amo has been wanting out of her front row players on those overpasses, really all season long. And sliced thin cross court goes down for a kill for Grace Cannon.
Just one of those broken plays.
What are you hitting? 474 in this third set, 345 overall in the match, compared to 125 overall for UC San Diego. But how about out-blocking the Tritons now, 14-2? I mean, if you had to choose a story of the game, that's it.
Definitely, that's it.
Westerberg. Oh, she gets stuffed, solo style. Ava McInnes.
And McInnes, again, we said this earlier, Kanoa, she's moved back to that left side. They just need her as a bigger blocker out there. She wasn't very effective in the middle, not getting enough offense, not blocking anything, so they've switched the lineup around a little bit.
Oh, nobody home there. The set went to that D position. You had Westerberg and Van Sickle sort of both in the vicinity. And one of those I got it, you got it, nobody gets it plays. Three straight points for the Tritons.
And we have not seen that. They've been in system so much. You don't see the breakdown of communication.
Lang goes to Igidi in the middle. And it goes off of the block and down. And that's one of those Kate Lang sensing, hey, look, we haven't really been on the same page last couple of moments with my hitters, so let's just go to Amber in the middle, and she makes all right with the world.
Why not? You know, and Amber unloading on so many balls, just tipping that over, mixing it up, knowing when to plow away or to tip.
High outside set goes to McInnes. She goes off the block and down. How about the offensive numbers for the two middles for Hawaii? Igidi, 11 kills on 19 swings, hitting .526 with 1 error. Sky Williams, 11 kills on 18 swings, hitting .556 with 1 error.
They could be twins. Not physically, just on paper.
Yeah, they are statistically identical just about here tonight. Oh, and some high cheddar in the direction of Susanna Lim. Amber Igidi, speaking of putting the hard hat on.
And it's almost like Amber Igidi doesn't truly realize how good and what an impact she is on this team. She just keeps working harder and harder every play. Moves on to the next play, celebrates, moves on to the next play.
Just clobbers the sets that come her way from time to time. McInnes by the double block and down. She's grooving right now. McInnes with her 11th kill. That leads the Tritons. There's Sky Williams. Hey, she's having a night, and then she sees her middle counterpart out there making a play. And
we didn't read that in the player bio. I didn't know she was a cheerleader in high school.
McInnes again delivers.
And you can see why they need her on the outside. She's been carrying their offensive load for the whole season, McInnes. Way out and ahead.
So the Tritons making some noise here in the latter stage of this third set. 15 serving 21. Good first touch there by Gong. Middle set. Igidi, the touch shot. Gong was all over it. And McInnes dig there by Ikenaga. Here's Wagner from the back row. Again up by Nyadong. Make that, yeah, Castaneda off the block and down. So another point for UCSD. And now Robin Amo is going to call a timeout. A 7-2 UC San Diego run.
And you got to like the timeout that she's calling. She doesn't like they're going to be back. They're in the Big West. This is the league, the conference that they're in now.
16 serving 21. Out of the timeout, Wagner fields the serve. Middle set, Igidi. And that's kill number 13 for Amber. 13 kills, 10 blocks. And mentioned those 6 digs, and here she is now behind the service line.
And you know who's really happy about this, in all honesty? It's got to be Brooke Van Sickle, because she has been such the person, the go-to girl for so long, carrying such a big offensive load. It's really freed her up.
Another blasty blast there off the palm of Ava McInnes. Just a sophomore.
She's got a great future ahead of her as well. Earlier in the season, she made all-tourney up in University of New Mexico Classic.
Yeah, they played a bunch of preseason tournaments away from home. In fact, they didn't play a home match until October 1st when they hosted UC Riverside in conference play. And Castaneda gets it off the block and down. And in fact, because of the canceled season a year ago, if you count up the days between that October 1st home match and their last previous home match, 692 days went by.
That's a lot. And they were also in the process of building the WIMAC Arena, their new arena, and I don't know if they knew exactly when it was going to be opened.
An ace by McInnes. And it is a 6-1 UC San Diego run. They have cut it down to 3, 19 serving 22. And Hawaii has not been able to apply this tourniquet. And this San Diego run. Van Sickle caught it fat. Was there a touch? No touch. And it's down to a 2-point score in set 3.
And this really boils down to that first contact, taking care of that first ball.
Hawaii led 19-9 in this set. First contact gong puts it on the money. Outside, here's Van Sickle. And she tools the block and gets the point. A much needed point for Hawaii to get out of that rotation. And it is Kate Lang behind the service line. 23 serving 20. High ball set outside. It's Henderson over the block. Right there is Wagner. So Lang goes out to BVS. Tools the block again. Van Sickle with her 6th kill. And they will rise here at Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Aloha ball for the match. Bump set goes to Henderson. By the double block. What a dig there by Wagner. Lang outside. Van Sickle off the hands. And Henderson keeps it alive. Right side. Castaneda. Block. And roof. And this one is Pau. With their 50th team block. The Rainbow Wahine put an end to UC San Diego. E kahi e lua. Aloha. In this Sunday affair.